Hey, what's up everyone? This is Gaurav from Neat Designs, and today we are going to learn how to create this beautiful fixed navigation menu with HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So at first it goes up with the scrolls, and when the scrolls reach to a certain point it is going to show up again. So without any further ado, let's begin. Okay, so now I am in my editor, and in my editor I have this file called markup.html, and in that file we have this basic structure with I have already linked my CSS file, also linked my functions.js file. So for today, for the first time on the Neat Designs, we are not going to use the jQuery. We are going to write the functions in the plain vanilla JavaScript. Okay, so I have already linked that file in my markup. So firstly, I have this div with a class of container, and in that container we have this header and 5 of these sections. Okay, so first section is a place for hero image, second is a product section, third one is a case study section, fourth one is a company section, and lastly the contact section. Okay, so for the nav section, in header we have this div with a class of logo, and after that we have this unordered list with a class of menu, and inside that menu we have these 5 list items. Okay, so home, product, case study, company and contact. So if you see this in the browser, that's how it looks now without our styles. So let's style this thing with the CSS. So let's open our CSS file, which is styles.css. So as usual, let's target the universal selector, and let's remove all the list style type. So now we don't have the bullet points on these list items, and let's remove all the margin, padding, and also let's set the box sizing to border box. And now let's target our body, and let's set the font family to Helvetica New, and Arial as our fallback font, and let's say background of honeydew. Okay, so now let's see our markup. So first let's target our header, container header, and let's give it a background of let's say 222 and color to white. Okay, so now let's target our logo. So header, logo, and let's say width 100 pixel, height of 30 pixels, background of light blue, color to black, let's say 222, and font size to 20 pixels, font weight to 700, and let's display it as a flex, so we can align that text in the center. So display flex, justify content center, align items to center as well. Okay, looks good. So now for header, let's give it a padding of 0 and 30 pixel on each side, and let's display it as a flex as well. So display flex. Okay, justify content to space between. So we have our logo and the UL on each side and the space in between. Okay, so that's why it is called as space between. Okay, so now let's say align items to center as well, and now let's target our menu which is a UL. So for UL, let's display it as a flex. So now let's give some padding top and bottom on the header. So let's say 15 pixel on top and bottom, and on the menu let's say align items center. So the list items inside the menu is going to have the margin right of, let's say, 50 pixels. Let's say font weight to 300, and we don't want any margin right on the last child. So let's say last child margin right to 0. So now let's set up the hover state. So if users hovers on them, we are going to change the color to light blue. Okay, and let's add some transition, so we can get the transition on the hover state to all 300 ms each in and out. Also let's change the cursor to pointer as well. Okay, looks good. What else do we need on the header? Okay, so now let's move on to the sections. So container, the direct children of container, the sections which are the direct children of container. I'm going to say width 100%, height 100 VH, background to peach puff, and color to 333, font size to 100 pixels. Let's display it as a flex as well, so we can have that big text on the center. Justify content center, align items to center as well. So let me resize this window. Okay, and let's add some margin bottom of 30 pixels, and we don't want any margin bottom on the last child like we did on our list items. So margin bottom 0. Okay, ready to go. So to make this header as a fixed header, what we need to do is we need to capture the scrolls. So when the scroll reach to a certain point, we need to add a special class to this header. Okay, so let's add first a special class to our header, so we can see how it is going to look when it is going to have that class. So fixed now, and when the header has that class, we are let's say fixed now. So when the header has that class, first of all we are going to change its position from static to fixed. Okay, so it is not going to have the 100% width. So let's say width 100%, let's say top 0, left 0, and let's change its background to white, and let's add some transition all 300 ms, easy out, and let's now target those list items. So when the header is going to have that class fixed now, and when it has that class, we are going to change the list items color from white to black, or let's say hash 222, so it will match the color of the logo. We still get the hover on those list items. Okay, so now our header is set up for the JavaScript. So let's remove that class from the header. We don't need it. We are going to do that with the JavaScript, and instead of setting the background to pure white, let's say 255, 255, 255, and let's add an opacity of 0.8. okay, so now let's open our file called functions.js. We have already linked it in our markup, so let's write our JavaScript. So first of all, we are going to target the window, and we are going to add an event listener called scroll, and when someone scrolls on our window, we are going to add some functions. Okay, so let's say so first of all, let's say console log, and let's say hello in it. So let's test our function whether the browser is capturing the scroll or not. Okay, we are getting the hello message. So now let's save that scroll amount in a variable called window scroll. Too big. How about wind scroll? And we are going to say document dot body dot scroll from the top. Okay, so Now let's run a console again to see whether we are getting that amount or not. Wind scroll. Okay, so let's see in the browser. Uncaught. Oh, we have misspelled. Sorry guys, it's document. So let's refresh it. Scroll top is a not function. I think we don't need this parenthesis. Okay, so now let me show you. Okay, let's refresh it. So when we scroll, we are going to get this number of how much we have scrolled from the top. Okay, so I think this place is perfect to add that class. So when the scroll reach to the 400, we are going to add that class called fix now to our header. Okay, so let's close it and let's remove that console log and let's add a if condition. So if wind scroll is greater than 400, then we are going to say document dot query selector header dot class list dot add fixed now. So let's test that out in our browser. Okay, so we are getting that class on the header. Let me show you. Let me refresh it. Okay, so now let me zoom a bit. Not here, not here, not here. Here bro, here. Okay, so now you can see the header don't have any class, but if we scroll and when the scroll reach to a certain point, we are getting that class called fix now. Okay, so this is good, nothing wrong with this. But see, if we scroll, we are getting that class, but when we again go to the top, we want to remove that class. Okay, we want to get rid of that fix now class when we come back again to the top. So now I'm going to say I'm going to add a else statement here, and let's copy this whole thing. So I am going to say else if the wind scroll is not greater than 400, means it is equal to or below the 400, I am going to say document dot query selector, selecting that header, and instead of adding the class of fixed now, I am going to say remove the class of fixed now. Okay, so now let's refresh it and let's see what we have got. So as you can see, we have got that class fixed now, and when we go again back to the top, the fixed now class is the JavaScript is removing that class from the header. Okay, so let's check that out in the inspector. So now it's got the fixed now class, but when we go to the top, the JavaScript is removing that class. Okay, so I think that's it for today, guys. This is I think I have done, this is the third episode I have done on my channel on the menus. So first I have done I think fully responsive navigation. Second, I have done drop down, and this is the third one called fixed nav. So that's it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this episode and you have learned something from this video. And if you learned something from it, please click that like button. Please subscribe to my channel for the more awesome videos like this. That's it, guys. See you soon, and until next time, goodbye, guys. Okay, bye.